This is Aftercast. You've got episode 26. Hello, this is Brandy Venzel, and I am pleased to welcome you to Aftercast, the audio companion to the Afterthoughts blog. For many years now, Afterthoughts has been a sort of intellectual watering hole for all of you classical Charlotte Mason homeschooling mamas out there. I like to call you Afterthinkers. You are thinking people, idea people, who never let a good book go to waste. You keep yourselves intellectually agile by reading books, often old books, and seeking out the best that has been thought and said and mixing it into your everyday lives of laundry and dishes and dinner and long division. Season 3 of Aftercast is sponsored by Charlotte Mason Boot Camp. Want to whip your Charlotte Mason muscles into shape? If so, my intense 6-week Charlotte Mason Boot Camp might be just the ticket. It'll take that philosophical flab and turn it into nothing less than confidence. I offer 3 sessions of Charlotte Mason Boot Camp per year, spring, summer, and fall. In 2019, I'm doing something extra special. I'm offering 2-week intensives, deep dives into some part of Charlotte Mason's philosophy, and it's available only to Charlotte Mason Boot Camp alumni. You know you want in, so to get on the Charlotte Mason Boot Camp interest list, go to afterthoughtsblog.net/cmbootcamp and sign up. Today's episode is super short, but still worth hearing. We briefly speculate on what lectures at Miss Mason's college might have contained, and generally take one last look around at life at Ambleside. A note on lectures at the Ambleside Teachers College. One thing that came up in my last episode on Miss Mason's Teachers College was that lecture was listed on the schedule, and the question was raised about what those lectures contained. I went through the Redeemer files and didn't find anything notable on the subject. I'm not saying there isn't anything there, but nothing jumped out at me in the limited time I had to spend. So I was flipping back through my notes and found a few things worth noting, the main thing being lectures. Now, granted, this isn't really spelled out. For the most part, I'm speculating. But I'm thinking that lectures might be explained by this passage from the story of Charlotte Mason. Quote, "The staff was headed by VP, Miss F.C.A. Williams, who taught us philosophy, education, Latin and mathematics, and took geography walks in the summer. Miss Drury joined the staff in our junior year, 1907, and opened many doors for us: tonic solfa, biology, architecture, nature notebooks, and handicrafts. There were mentions of other people: Mademoiselle Motu, who taught French and supervised the gardens, Miss Sumner, who visited to teach drawing, painting, and wood carving, and Mr. Yates, who, quote, used to lecture us on Millet and G.F. Watts, and would sometimes let us into the secrets of his methods of teaching his little daughter to draw and paint." One thing to note is that, for the most part, they were not learning how to teach these subjects. They were learning the subjects themselves. Mr. Yates's secrets regarding the teaching of his daughter were far less significant than his lectures, or his wall sketches that can still be viewed at Ambleside to this day. A few other things I forgot to mention in my previous post that I will put here so that we have a fuller picture of what life at the college was like. Students were given individual garden plots for which to care, and they were expected to take this seriously. Students attended a weekly picture talk off campus, up the hill at the home of one Mrs. Firth, who read to them from John Ruskin's art commentaries and used reproductions. This is another example of how they did not learn how to give a picture talk, but rather sat through numerous picture talks during their time in college. In some older literature, we see reference to the student's stoop, the mark that heavy study has made upon the body. Chumley says that the students were, quote, saved from physical disaster by daily compulsory walks and early bedding. So, next week, we'll get to the Mother's Education course. But first, I just wanted to make sure that we didn't get ahead of ourselves and we finished up with our idea of Charlotte Mason's college before moving on. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you for joining me here at Aftercast. If you want to find the posts associated with these episodes, just go to afterthoughtsblog.net/podcast. That's afterthoughtsblog.net/podcast. There you'll easily find links for each episode. Now is the time for me to ask you to head on over to your podcast player and give Aftercast a rating and review. While you're at it, you might as well make it 5 stars, don't you think? Leaving ratings and reviews is a way to let others know about the show, so I'd really appreciate it. And finally, don't forget in the midst of your busy days that mothers are people too. Just like your children need sunshine and good food and sleep and, yes, good books to read, so do you. So go, read a book, think a thought, and then come back and join me for the next episode.